program that we used to program the access control here. Okay, it is very similar to the one I already taught you, but there are some slight differences. And here has slightly more settings because they have different requirements, as every client does. So the password is the same as the other one. So admin123 capital A. Okay, you can change that, and I will show you where from. If the client says, I don't want it to be admin, I mean, we have all this high security, and you give me a password admin, you can change it. Okay, basically I'll show you where. So we sign in. Okay, it takes a little bit of time to load. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you it's quick because it's not. It might be quicker on the VM when it's ready because the VM has a higher spec than this laptop, so that's probably another reason. And it runs a little bit slower because I'm not connected to a network, so it makes it run slower.
Yes, maybe start taking updated.
So then it comes up, and obviously the other one looks that this is green and this says Extract MG, but pretty much if you look at it, it looks similar. It doesn't look the same, it looks similar. As you know, we created our first network card. Now at the minute, our first network card, I've called it EUA Block A, because we have one main panel in Block A. We do not have two panels. And if you were to do Block B, Block C, and however many other blocks, I think it's A, B, and C, okay, you would create a new network for each one. And to create a network, as you know, you press plus, you give it a name, you tell it what kind of panel, which it's going to be an 825, and then you go configuration, and it will look for the panel. And it will come up in the list as long as you're on the same network or you're connected directly to the panel, it will come up.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, for
It'll come up in
example,
this list.
that I need when I connected that panel from block B.
Yes, when you connect the panel from block B, yes. But it will be a separate network. They'll be in the same program. They can assign the same users, but it will be separate.
Yes, it's not connected with this one.
The only way it can be connected to this one directly is if it was using RS485 and not using network card. Then it will work like an expander. You understand? Basically, that's what will happen. It will work like an expander. But it works better this way. Okay, so that's fine. Obviously, it's a network problem because I'm not connected to anything. And if I go into the settings of it, I can see the same settings. I can see the IP address. Okay, I can see the port being used, the main port. It just says, you know, does it use the same time zone as the computer? Yes, it does, because that way my time will make sense. And obviously, if I go configuration, same thing again, it's going to go into the same box. Okay, and obviously, after a little bit of time, it fails. So obviously, that's how you add the panel. Once you've added the panel, that's not the end of the story, as you know, because then you have to add, like we did, the expanders. You have to set all the dip switches on the expander, starting from number 2 onwards.
Okay, for that side, we have 2 card readers. We will need to, if they ask me, oh, we need to connect it with another system.
Between another system.
With this blue. That network.
No.
They cannot.
The network here is one network. There's fiber going from block to block. It's one network. The panels should be able to see each other.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. That's not something to worry about. Okay? In order for the panel to work, they have to see the server.
Okay.
The server is on the same IP range as the other panel. But in effect, they don't actually need to see each other.
But they
need to see the VM.
Yes, but they need to give me another IP.
Like they did with us, yes. They have to give you the IP. Remember, you cannot use DHCP with the extracts panel. Doesn't let you, okay? You can only set a static IP, subnet.
Static IP, they need to give me the static IP for that.
Correct. Okay, so over here, as we spoke about before, this is the icon that you can click on if you want to open some doors. Okay, so if we click on it, I don't know if it'll actually allow me because I'm not actually connected to a panel. Let's see, let's go on a panel. Let's click on a panel, give it a chance to open. So these are actually our panels. So you've got the main panel, okay, which it shows you it's an AC 825 IP panel, okay, with a D805 4-zone expander plugged on, okay, attached to it, okay. And then over here, all these are set as D805, okay. That's because they are just expanders, okay. The D stands for door, because you can have a relay expander, you can have a door expander, you can have a lift expander. The D expander means doors, in other words, reader and a lock. Okay. Now, obviously, to add a new expander, as you know, when we added the ones in reception, we did them afterwards, and I showed you how we did them. I showed you how we did the others. Once that these are the addresses. Okay. This is set by those dip switches from that manual that I sent you. Yes. So all you have to do then is you press the search button. Okay. Obviously, network. What it will do is there'll be an option here called scan. You press it, and it will keep looking looking and looking and looking and looking and looking. Eventually, you should see something that comes up black. I already started the job.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you. Because
It comes up black, okay? If it comes up in bold, it means that it's not added already. These are added already, okay? That's why, they've got an X because they are currently disconnected from the network. But they are faded because they are already added. So then you'll find a new one. Then you can press stop if you like. You select the new one by clicking on the little box. Okay, I can't do it on this because it's not going to allow me, they're already added. You click on the new one and you click add, and it will add it to the list, okay? This is where you set how many readers per door, okay?
yeah.
On the other versions of panel, the 425, the 415, the 225, they have to be set via dip switches.
Yes.
This has to be set via here. There's no dip switches for you to set for this, okay? So when we are here, they will then appear in this list, but it will be called panel, whatever it's called, panel 6, panel 8, panel 10. So then obviously you can click on it, you can go to the settings, and you can give it a name. And as you know, we gave them a name of where they are, okay?
Okay, if we do the mistake and we don't change the number of the doors, we can delete and add it again.
What do you mean number of the doors? You mean the ID number, the dip
No,
switch?
you know, for example, if that we passed the last time when we installed it, we didn't select one door per reader.
Okay.
And the option was 2 doors per reader.
Yes.
And
Correct.
we changed it.
You cannot change that. You have to add it again. Yes. And even with the old ones, it's the same. You have to turn it off, change the dip switch, and add it again.
Okay, but we can. It's
But
only
yes.
Delete and add it again.
Because it's at the beginning.
Okay.
If you were, for instance, imagine you did it 2 readers per door, and then they said, no, now we want to have this door for this one and this door for this one, and you've already done it. That programming you added afterwards is not going to work.
Yeah.
Okay, and in fact, it will delete itself. Okay, obviously you can enable or disable the expander from here. Okay.
But the thing, I need to leave it in there.
Yes, of course, I'm just showing. And it actually even shows you, if I go again, how the switches are.
Yes, they show you.
So you can actually see it.
Yes,
So if you have a doubt if it's the wrong one or it's showing the same, say I've already set that, then you can see.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously down the bottom you've got your log file. At the moment we're seeing no logs in real time because we're not on the network, but the system log should still be working. And that shows when we logged in and if we make any changes.
Okay, it's like.
This is, for instance, if you get an SD card fault or if you get a power fault, whatever, they will all show in here, in the system log, not in the AC log. The AC log is for access control. In other words, readers in, readers out, tampering,
Okay.
and those things. Okay.
You see only the system.
Yes. So if we go back to panel AC, that's what we've got there. So these are basically all of our panels. Within each panel, as you already know, because you helped me to label them, you've got the doors.
Lord, it's no
Okay.
problem.
You've also got the readers. You've also, in this case, got the inputs because you don't always use them. You do use them normally with a push button, but you don't tend to label them or make it as complex as we have here. So let's start with doors. First thing that's important, apart from the name, okay, is you've got the open time over here. Okay, you can change that.
We have, for example,
Let's say, for instance, this barrier opens for longer, but it's within the barrier. We just give it a signal and the barrier stays open longer because it's for deliveries of the water and whatever else they might be delivering. Okay, but if, for instance, you needed this to be maybe this door, they want it to be open for longer. You could go here, you can make this 30 seconds. There you go.
30 seconds.
Set straight away. It's done. Okay. So we'll just do that as 04, put it back. Okay, so that basically is your time of how long the lock stays open. When it comes down to a magnet, you can do whatever the heck you want, or a fail-safe lock. If this is a striker, do not go high, because you will burn the striker.
Yes, they will
Okay?
get.
Unless it's fail-safe. If it's fail-safe, it's like a magnet. So it always has power, so it's always burning. And when you take off power, so you can do it anytime. You can do it for an hour, no problem. But you can't have a striker applying power for an hour.
This will burn the
You'll
coil.
burn it. Not an hour, not even a minute you can have it because you'll burn the coil. I would say even 10 seconds is pushing it, to be honest, for a striker. Okay? So that's fine. What they have to do if they wanted a striker that stays longer, they get what they call either a failsafe or they get a latched. In other words, it stays open until you open and close it.
Okay, one question
Sure.
for the magnet.
Yes.
We do the connection for the door contact like normally close.
Because
I think it's better connected on normally open.
yes, but we already programmed it
Yes,
that way. The reason is the default settings are like that. Rather than changing every single input, so you've got 4 inputs for every expander. You've got, I don't know how many expanders we've got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, say 11, plus 12 because it'll be that times 4. You're saying 48. So you'd have to change it 48
Because,
times.
for example, I found this door down on normally open, and this one was working good. You remember this one?
No, it works. But because I changed that one,
Yeah.
because it was 1. I didn't change 48, I changed 1. You understand? Because it was easier than changing the wiring. Okay? So basically, these are your doors that we spoke about. Then you've got the readers. The readers, you have to change it to card or pin. We already explained this, we've already videoed it 100 times, but we'll do it again. So over here we can see we're only actually using the lifts on this expander. Okay? So as such, there's no inputs. These are all, I mean, I wrote an input here, but they're not actually being used, technically. Okay? So when we go back to our readers, if I double click a reader or click on it and press the properties button, I can change the name. I have to, normally by default, obviously this will be card only. Okay? When you set it to card or pin, it's important that you make this Wiegland Rosslare.
Yes.
Okay?
The type of the card.
The type of the reader, yes. Okay, and this is card or pin, so both will work. Okay, the other option is what they call card and card, which means you need 2 cards. In other words, you need 2 people to be there. Or
Plus card.
you can have card or pin, but you can do this, and you can use dual authentication. Okay, so using this, you can have it as either card only, pin only. Or you can have card and pin.
But this one say card and card.
Yes, because it's the same thing in fact. Card and pin. Card, if you say card or pin and you make it dual authentication, that's the same thing.
Okay.
It means you have to have a card
Always.
and a pin. Yeah.
Okay.
Always. Okay, so we'll,
Okay,
we'll take that off because I don't want it. Okay, so that's basically, these are the important parts. So this is enabled, and obviously this is card or pin. If it's not, the reader will work fine. The keypad will beep, but it won't work. Nothing will come up in the log, nothing. Okay, it won't say you put in a bad code or code error or anything, nothing. Okay, let me cancel that. And these are all exactly the same. Okay? Obviously this direction is just basically for your own information. It doesn't make any difference. It works the same. Unless you're using anti-passback, which we're not. Okay? Next, inputs. So you've got here these inputs. I'm going to choose a different one because I know that I didn't program these because there's no push button. Okay, so let's go here. We can go on the main door doesn't have one either. Go here. So let's say we've got level 1 emergency exit and we go on our inputs. This is how I program them. So you can see for every reader, you've got a Rex input, which is a release to exit, okay, and you have a standard input that you can program how you like. So the Rex is always a push button. Okay, it's normally open. When you close it, it opens the door. No problem. Okay, so then you've got these ones which I've named. Okay, and I've named them exactly the same as the reader that they're next to, so that I know which ones that they are. Okay, and the reason for that is because we are going to use them. Okay. Under here, AC link. Good morning. So the AC link, what it does, okay, it lets you program, if you do this, you can make it do this. Okay? You're linking one thing to another.
With another one.
So what we're linking is the input to a message. But I could say that link this input to trigger all the readers on all the panels, if I wanted to. Okay? Because they are all connected together. It's one network. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to create a new. Let's go to one I've already done. So this is the 1D. You've got 1D, 2D, and 3D, which is what these were originally. 1D, 2D, 3D. Okay. So bring those up. And if we go back to it, so we go like this, and we double click it. So it's showing me number 1. I told it I wanted to work when the contact closes, because although it's called normally closed, that contact is normally when it's not closed.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense. In other words, normally, to me, the contact should have been that when the door is physically closed, it's in its normal state. For this, it's in its normal state when it's actually open. That's why it's in normally closed and not normally open, for that reason. Okay? So this is the input. that we're working on. Okay, I already selected it from the list, and I wrote that I want to create an event when the contact closes. And we know that when the door opens, the contact closes because we tested it. Okay, I want it to say door open. Okay, in red. Okay, because I want them to see it. And what will happen is when somebody opens that door, it will come up on the log in red, the name of the door and door open. That's fine. It already does that, but this comes up in red. It's a little bit different. But then I've made it with another step, which is what they asked for. Number one, you must enable the time zone to always. That means it always works.
Time
Okay?
always.
Yes. And this is the alarm handler. The alarm handler is, if I click generate alarm, which is what I already did, I can go on here and tell it what to do. So I want a pop-up to come up on the screen that says the name of the door and that the door is open. So this is level 1 exit, emergency exit, door open. Pop-up is enabled. The color you can select
you
here.
can select the color.
Any color. I made it red because it's
Yes,
a warning
it's
color.
like alert.
Exactly. And then I even came over here and I added a sound file. So that when it comes up, it goes beep. You understand? So they know it's come up. So the way to do that, I just click on browse. It goes to your media folder automatically. And if you type in, I think it's hardware. Okay, there is an option hardware fail, which is the same sound that we use. So if we click on that, for instance.
We took it from the window.
Yeah, so I can actually play it that. That's what it does. Every time somebody opens the door, they hear that. Obviously, it's not very loud because it's on my laptop.
Okay.
Let's see if the volume is full, but because it's on the laptop. If you have speakers, you should. Okay, so that's basically how you program, and I've programmed that for all the inputs that we needed. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. It's done, but if you need to understand it, that's how I did it. Okay, and that's the same if I go to anything. Let's say I wanted to create a fire input. Imagine they say we want one button, apart from the evacuate, because you use evacuate on the fire panel, next to the desk, you press it, and it opens all the doors. You can do it, because you might say, shit, I've got to tell Julian, we've got bus cables, and we've got, no, you don't. You don't. Okay, you can do this. This is exactly what you can do. You can say this, okay, plus. You can tell it, I want an input, okay? You can tell it which input on this panel, because obviously I'm on this panel.
Yes.
Okay.
It's only in this panel.
So I can say I'm on this panel, and I can go like this, and I say I'm on this panel and I want to go to this input. Obviously I've got to delete this. And I would say I want it on contact. Actually, let's make it one of these, like it's an input button, okay? And I want it to be that when I close it, it comes up on the screen, fire alarm, okay? So that'll come in the log, number one. Secondly, I can tell it where to go. So if I say destination panel, I can tell it go to the main panel, main door, okay? Destination type, I can go to the outputs, and I can open the outputs, okay? There's actually, I think there's a, what's it called? There's one called fire somewhere. Where is it? No, you can't do it, but you can. So generate alarm is what we're going to do. Hello, good morning. So we can go here, and we can click on our panel, we can click on our outputs, and there used to be, in the other version, you can select more than one door. You can tell it to, so I can say, for instance, open this door, door 1, door 2, stairs, for instance, okay? And obviously I want it to be just toggle. Toggle means it will stay open if it's open, it will close if it's closed, and I want to enable it, and that's it. I can delay it if I want to, okay? And you have to do one of those, on this version, you have to do one of those for each door, okay? But there should be, oh, if you can do it from here, can you go panel? No, no, not here. Let me see if there is the other one. No, input, no. So that's basically how you would do that. You can trigger any door you want, okay? And then obviously you just select the actual door you want to open. And you can either say timer active. Timer active means it will stay open for a period of time. So 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever it is. Toggle means if it's on, it's off. If it's off, it's on. Like a light switch.
Toggle.
You can imagine that this one is timer active is like a bell switch. How long you press it is how long it's active.
Easily.
No, active.
Active. Okay.
That means
okay.
it's
The time
active
that I
for
press.
however long you hold it. If I hold that bell, if I'm outside and this has a doorbell and I'm pressing like that, it's like the whole time. If you press an intercom, it only rings once.
Yeah. Okay.
You understand? It doesn't keep ringing on the
It's
intercom.
not active.
Yes. So if you wanted it to just change state, it would be on toggle.
Okay. And idle. Time idle.
Time idle means
Idle.
for it not to do anything.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
Idle.
Idle.
Okay? So this is basically the majority of the program as you need to know it. The users we already went through, okay, a number of times, but let's do another one now. Let's say we want to create a group. Okay, you've got groups, and this is access groups. At the minute, I've got master, which is default, okay, unauthorized, and EUAA master. EUAA master is a copy of master, but it is not a master group.
Ah. Okay.
Let me explain to you what that means. You can say, but Chris, it's called master. I called it master. I could have called it EUAA Chris. Understand? Now the difference is, the master group, if you add another panel, if you add another reader, they're automatically added to that group, automatically. If you add block B, they're all in the master group straight away, you do nothing. A MasterCard has that access. EUAA master does not.
Doesn't know the another.
No, because that is a generated group that I generated. It doesn't automatically add. Okay? So,
Okay. Okay.
if we wanted to add a group, let's add a group and call it Unitech. So we go to groups first, we go here, and all we do here is give it a name. So we can call it Unitech Test. Okay? Doesn't really matter. It's just a name. You can call it anything. You know, cleaners, managers, directors, anything. Okay? Now you've got it, and if you click on it, all you can do here is change the name. That's it. So now you have to go to it over here. If I click on it, now you can see it's appeared on this list with the others. If I click on it, it comes here with reader and time zone, and it's empty, okay? Because it has no doors. So if I assign any user, if I assign my card to the Unitech test group right now and upload it to the panel, I will lose all my rights because it has no doors. You understand? So I have to add the doors. How do we do it? We're on Unitech test, we go to our edit button, and over here we have our time zone. That's when it will work. Time zone always means 24 hours a day.
24/7.
Yes.
24.
They may have some areas that they want to restrict, just between 9 and 5, or just between 1 and 3, whatever it is. I'll show you how to do that as well. Okay? So, over here we have to select which readers we want them to have access to. So if I say, I only want this person to access the stairs, that's the stairs, that's the stairs, understand? Let's keep going. Stairs, okay. And I could, if I wanted to, call this stairs only. Okay, I'm still looking. Stairs, stairs.
On level 3 you have.
Yeah, of course, yes. Last set of stairs. After the offices, yes, you've got this one, and you've got one more, I think. Yes, because you've got the other side of that and that. Okay, that's it. So you've got all the stairs together. Now, if I click that, now they're going to appear in the list. Now, number one, if I want to remove a door, let's say, but we don't want them to have access to that stairs because blah, blah, blah. You can just go back in, you go to the groups, you go to access groups, you find the group you want, you go to edit, and you just take off
Master.
that reader. Okay. Reader has all of them, that's why I select from reader. But sometimes you might want to copy another group, and I'll explain to you why. Okay? So we've created that group. Let's say I want to create a group. Okay, let's rename this actually. Let's go back here and let's call this stairs only. Okay. Now I know what it is, it makes sense, it's good. Now imagine I want to create a user group that has access to the stairs and the main door. Okay? Now instead of, so I go on, I create a group. So let's go here, we go to access groups, we create another one again, so we call it stairs plus main door. Okay, just oh sorry, it doesn't really matter, it seems it's, but yeah, you're right, it should be spelled properly. Okay, that's fine, I'm happy with that. If we go to it, it will be empty by default. Now, I could go onto master, and I could find the stairs and the main door. I could do that. It will work, but it takes longer. Because imagine, at the minute, this is just block A. Imagine when you've got block A and block B. Okay, you're going to have a heck of a lot to go through. But what I can do,
You can do it like this.
I can, yes, watch, I can close this. Okay, instead of that, I can just select stairs only, and that gives me, you can see these are with square dots. The square dots mean you have some, but not all.
But not all.
If it's a very good, you have all. So that means this group has all the rights of stairs only. Okay? You can see them. Now, if I go to the master group and go to the main door, which is near the bottom, okay? Or is it? No, it's turnstiles, main entrance.
Main entrance.
If I do that, now, in effect, I've got the main entrance and all the stairs. And it's quick. You see how quick it is to create the group?
One question.
Yes.
You have there UAA master.
Yes.
We can add it from UAA master, or is better added for the master?
I tell you what to do. EUAA master, delete it. Because I only created it as a test. To be honest, I wanted to try something out, so you could delete it. Just leave the master group. Okay?
Okay.
Because it's safer that way. Because otherwise you'll think of it as a master, and that's probably not the best way for me to leave it for you.
Okay.
Okay? Because today you'll remember, but in 3 months when you come back to work on it, you might forget. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's how you create a group. Fine. Easy, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Mela. A time zone. Let's say that this
Good morning.
group of people, okay,
Okay.
you want a group where they can only access between 9 and 5. Okay? In other words, the office workers, they're 9 to 5 people. So you say, I only want to give these people access 9 to 5. So first thing you have to do is go to timing.
Yes.
Okay?
But
And we create a time zone. And there are only 2 time zones by default. Never, in other words, never, and always. Yeah, again,
Okay.
always. So then we can create another one and call it, let's call it office stuff. Because obviously security you want 24 hours. So they have to be always. Okay? Then all we do is we go to it, the time zone, the stuff, and we go to the settings of it. Okay? And now we can pick our days. So we can say Monday to Friday. Let's click on this, right click, create, and I can right click this, go to properties, and I can make this from 9 till 17. Oh, 17. 00. Okay, 9 till 5. Done. Okay. I go here again, create, so I'm right clicking. You can even supposedly drag this around. Yes, you can make it bigger.
Drag and drop.
Exactly. What you can also do is this. You can do, I'm going to show you this one. This is quite cool as well. Say, for instance, at this time, there is a meeting. I can create again.
Another one.
So that one in the middle,
Cannot use.
they cannot use in that
cannot
middle.
use.
Okay? So that's fine. Then all I do, when I create a user, I've got now a new time zone. So let's say I go and create a new user. And we'll call it, so we go here, we go here, we pick up our general, everyone is in general. Okay? Okay, and you'll see in general, all you're going to have is my user and the 2 master users that we created. Give this a chance to come up because, okay. So those 2 cards you told me give them access when they're at the door. This is, I think, Orlin and Dennis and Orlin. I think they were 2. So it's their cards. Okay, so these are those users. Let's create a new user. Let's call it office worker. Okay? Let's say office worker is allowed to use the main door and the stairs. Okay? And what's important is obviously which group he's in. So on the other software that I showed you, over here was the group. On this software, no. Okay, this is one of the slight differences. Over here at the top, next to general, there are the groups where you select. So let's go on the group, and we can see at the minute, the default group it gives you is no access. So if you create a user and then you forget you created it, you haven't given this person a MasterCard or anything. Okay, so all we do is we click select, and I can select which group I want, which is good, yes? So I go over to the stairs and the main door, okay? And it's added in here. No problem. And I can add again, and I can add again, okay? But what we also need to do,
Who is your line manager, sir?
okay, we go here, is find the, where's the time zone, time zone, should be here somewhere. Access, okay, no. Access group, why is it not showing the, okay, let's see if we can do it. Okay, edit time zone. So you click on here. So over here it says you can add additional readers, okay, which doesn't really make any sense because this is not automatically using that time zone. So let's have a quick look 1 second. Let's see if you can do that 1 sec. Let's go back to the groups, because it could be that you can automatically assign the time zone when you create the group. Yes, you can, of course. Yes. That's the other thing you can do. You can create the group. When you create the group,
You select the time zone.
yes, from here you can select that time zone. Okay, and you can make it off of stuff. So that only works now between 9 and 5 only. Okay, and that's what that user now has. So if we go back to that user, okay, obviously I didn't save it, so it didn't create it. So office worker. Okay, that's all good. That's all good. That's all good. We can go here. We can give it the group over here, and we can obviously go to our credentials, and this is where you would put in a code or the card. The facility code, I told you, they are all 44 because I created it.
Sorry, I'm not one.
Sorry, we're videoing. That's what we added, okay? The card ID is the ID on the card, okay? Which is the card number that you program in when I showed you the card program, okay? So if you have a card and you don't know what card the number is, as you know, just put it on a reader and it will come up over here in the log file, okay? The number will come, even if it has no access, it will come up, say access denied, and it will come up and tell you what that card is.
What card?
Okay? It will tell you it's 44, comma, and then the number, okay? So what else do we need to know?
But the thing is, I only need the number 44, number of the card.
No,
Or
44
we
is like a batch number.
Oh,
They're all 44.
They're all 44.
The other number is the
No, no,
important
no.
number. You have to know that. They're all individual to every individual card.
But they will give you the
Everything.
big number.
It'll give you a big number, but you'll see it because it's all zeros. Apart from
zeros.
apart from the numbers you need, it's all zeros. So
Okay.
ignore the zeros and the rest of the numbers you need.
Okay.
Okay. So if we have our users, like we were just going over here. Okay. Let's say, for instance, we go to the user Chris, which I created at the beginning. Okay. Obviously, I have master access at the moment, but that can be deleted straight away. Okay. And these are the credentials. You can see I used card number 1. Okay. With facility code.
Facility code.
Okay, no problem. Issa, as we already went through before, if for instance I lost my card, imagine I worked here, okay? I'm coming to work and I'm like, shit, I can't find my access card. They can go to the security and say, look, I've lost my card, I think I left it at home, or I just can't find it. They can go on the program, they can go into the user and they can make the card
Inactive.
exactly, they can make it inactive. Now what that does, if somebody finds the card on the floor and uses it, it will flag as inactive on the program and it won't allow them to use the door, but they will know that somebody tried to use it. Okay, and obviously you need to click OK, and that's fine. The card they can still try it. Let's imagine, for instance, the next day comes in. Oh, sorry guys, I left it, fell down in the car next to the gear stick. Come in the next day, they go back to the user and they just make it active again. Okay, it means you don't have to delete the number and re-add the number and all the rest of the rubbish. Just come here and make it reactive. Okay, and say for instance if they make it inactive, maybe they make it inactive and they want to give him a temporary card. Okay, because obviously this guy still has to go in and out, or else he goes home, especially in this place, as you know, you don't go anywhere without the card once they lock these doors. Okay, so then for instance we would leave that as inactive and we would create our new card, which will be, I don't know, I'm going to make this as 511. Okay.
Okay.
So I've now given him an active card, which is a new one. I'm just programming and giving to him then, okay? Or I'm giving him the original, I've inactivated the original card that he has.
If we do card ID 1 on the new one that I want to duplicate, the another one is still working?
Yes.
Ah, okay, I need to make with different
Yes,
number.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, so so you can see that these are different cards, okay? And I think you can add up to about 10 per user.
Okay.
Different cards, okay? Down below, you've got the code, which you know what that code is because that's the code that I typed in that we keep using.
Yes.
Okay.
We can
you can
for
change
each
that.
card.
You can make it a random number. It will generate on its own. If I keep pressing that every time I do it, because say for instance they have 100 people, they all want codes. You're not going to go through your head and say, oh, what am I going to do? What code am I going to do?
But for example, if you created on the software one code,
Yep.
he automatic don't add it same one. He cannot add it.
No. So let's say for instance, let's do this. What was it? 2580. Let's just do that. Okay. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to go to master 1. I'm going to go to credentials. 2580. duplicate.
Nice.
A
You
duplicate
cannot
exists.
you cannot duplicate it. Nice.
No, of course not. No.
But for a moment, we have 2580
Mm-hmm.
like on all activate.
No, that's the thing.
You put it on master.
Exactly.
Okay.
The code is on the Chris user. The Chris user, the first card we created, is a master
It's a
card.
master.
So if I would have put that code on stairs only,
Mhm.
then all you have is stairs with that code. You
Okay,
understand?
one question.
Yes.
If you created another user and it's not master, you
Mhm.
cannot put this code.
No, you cannot have the same code twice on any system.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
It's like an alarm. You can't have the same code twice. It tells you you can't.
You cannot twice, yes.
Yeah,
Same.
it tells you you cannot do it.
Okay.
Okay. Mela, the cards. So if you go over here to cards, these are all the cards. If I list this 1 second, yeah, because they're in pages of 30. Okay, so you've got page 1, page 2. You can see the numbers going up. Okay, you've got I think 30 per page. All the way.
Okay, that was my question. I need only these numbers.
Exactly,
Only
just this
the
card ID.
I don't use the 000. So that,
No.
Okay.
No. It automatically puts that in for you.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. And you can actually see whether it's available. You can see whether the card is already in use.
Mhm.
So say for instance, if I go here, let's go back to page 1. So I can see, for instance, that this one has been inactivated, Chris's card. So if I was connected to the panel, we would actually stop my card from working. Okay. If we go to the second page, I think that they are, let's go back, go like that, and we'll make it by that. Okay, if we go, I think 25 was theirs, wasn't it? Go back. Okay, like
I
that.
think it's the last one.
Yeah, so you can see that these are the other 2 cards. See, the users come up on this side.
Yes, master.
Okay, so they are those ones. So let me just go back to, go back to
Okay,
these.
that user that are master are the same code.
No, to be honest, it's the code for one person, but it is a code. Don't think of it as a user. Think of it as a code with master access.
Okay.
For instance, I might make a card called
if
1234.
if they put 2580, it show increase.
Exactly.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. For
It
that
doesn't
one,
know it's Jorge. It doesn't know it's Gary. It doesn't know it's Julian. It has no idea.
they know your
It
code.
knows
or
Chris because
they
Chris
know
is
your-
2580.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
That's
they
what.
need to care about them code.
Now, if you need to delete a card, let's say, for instance, obviously, I want to reactivate my card again. So I click on here and activate, but I want to delete the other one because imagine the guy comes in, he's found his card, he needs it reactivated so he can use it, and he needs to put back the other one because his has his photo on, as you know, they printed them.
Yeah.
All you do is click on it and press delete.
Okay. It's
Okay.
only click at the line and
Yes. Now what that does is it deletes it from the user. It does not delete the card. Understand? There is a difference. It does not delete the card.
the card is still created, but doesn't work.
Exactly. It goes basically. What happens is, if you imagine, this is what we call a card box. In other words, it's a big box of cards. Okay. Basically, instead, all it's done is put it back.
511.
Exactly. It comes back again, and it shows as available because it can be used again. Understand? Let's go by card number instead. Okay. So it becomes available again. Therefore, it can be given to somebody again, to a different user. You cannot assign a card that's already assigned, as well as you can't have a code that's already assigned. You can't give the same number of card to somebody else. Now, they are going to give us, supposedly, and I hope very soon, because we do need it, the updated spreadsheet. I gave them the spreadsheet template for them to enter the users.
No, that's
Okay.
not nice.
Because otherwise they have to be done by hand. Okay? Certain bits of it will still have to be done by hand, which is probably selecting the groups. Because they have not given me any groups either.
Yeah.
Okay, but obviously the server isn't up. I'm still waiting for Javier to sort out that issue. Okay, so what we're going to do, I will show you how we add a card to a user. You might say, but Chris, you just showed me. There's another way to do it. Okay? And in a way, it's a good way. In a way and in a not way. If you know the number of the card and the number of the user, you can just type it in. It's pretty simple. But you can also do it this way. Let's go back to a user. Let's create, actually, we can probably do it from our existing users. You have an option when you